Hey guys, so today I'm going to be filming a video that will be part of a new series that I wanted to start, and that series is surviving school. Most people hate school. I, however, I'm not too against it. I mean, sure, I don't love waking up early. Sure, I don't love going for like 8 hours a day, but I do enjoy learning and I do enjoy growing my mind and getting to see my friends also. So here I wanted to, in this first video, give you guys some things that you should bring to school just to make sure that you can survive through a day. The first things are going to be more school object related things rather than like personal care things. But these school object related things are not going to be basic things like pens and pencils, which you should have, and highlighters, which are also very important, but I didn't think to mention those because they are pretty basic necessities. But some things in here that I do want to mention are, first off, sticky notes. Now, I, for one, do like to use sticky notes in books and in notes and stuff just because they do allow you to just like go back and add something if you don't have any room on the page. So I do have multiple colors of sticky notes in my bag, and I also have this little thing that has also some little tiny parts which are really good for books or textbooks when you want to mark a certain page. But I feel like these really benefit you to add more to your notes or add more to your books and just remember some things. I think they're good. They're not as much of a necessity as pens and pencils per se, but I think they, at least having one pack of sticky notes does benefit you a lot. The next thing is one of my favorites, and that is a mini stapler to go in your bag. And the reason that I love this so much is because I always, or usually, I'll forget to staple something at home, and then when you get to class, they're like, oh, have this stapled, and everybody's rushing to get to the stapler, and you're just like, I'll just use mine. And then everybody will ask you to use it, and I don't always let them use it. But sometimes, sometimes when I'm in a generous mood, but usually I'll staple it myself because I don't trust other people to use my stapler. And also going along with this is a pack of staples, which they just use normal size staples. And yeah, it's a nice little thing to have just in case you forget to staple at home. And the last school supply related thing is a protractor. And the reason that I enjoy this, I did take geometry last year, my freshman year, so I do not have it this year. I have algebra 2. And so this isn't like, I'm not using this for degrees and stuff, but the reason I do enjoy to have this is because whenever we are doing projects or something, or drawing something, or anytime I need a straight line, I'm OCD, so I like to just be able to use this as a straight line. Some people use their IDs, but I want to use this because it's longer. And so this isn't a necessity, but this is something to think about if you are OCD. Now moving on to the more personal things, and the first thing that is very important is money. So this is just $5 because whenever we leave our lanyards and IDs at home, we have to pay $5 to get a new one. And if you don't pay it up front, then you have a fee and you have to pay it back later. And if you don't pay it back in time, you can't buy a homecoming dance ticket, or you can't buy a lot of things. So it's just important to have money just so that in case you leave it at home, you can pay for it, or because they have a bookstore. So if you want to buy something or anything, it's important to have money. It's a good idea. Next is something that I need because I hate germs, and that's hand sanitizer. So they do have hand sanitizer at school, but sometimes I don't want to get up in front of the entire class, get hand sanitizer, be a little weirdo. So I just use my personal hand sanitizer, which I used a lot of during the last school year because who knows? I mean, sometimes you get into a mess, you just want to use hand sanitizer. I mean, there's a lot of purposes for it. It works. The next thing is hand lotion. And the reason that I have hand lotion is because sometimes my hands, especially during the winter, get really dry. Next we have chapsticks, which I can't live without because I use chapsticks all the time. At home I use Burt's Bees, and I also use this lip salve, But these two I keep in my backpack, and this one is just a lip tone lip care stick that I got from Ipsy, and it's honey scented and it's all natural and everything, which is cool and everything, but it is very moisturizing and I do like it a lot. And then this one is just a Jersey Shore Cosmetics Apple Harvest Moisture Rich Hydrating Balm. And the reason why this one is so like crazy to me is because it says on it that it can be used for lips, hands, and nose and cheeks, which is crazy. So I don't usually use it for anything but my lips, and it also smells really good, a lot better than the honey one. Now the next thing is very, like, not a lot of people use this, but I find it very necessary for me. And that's floss. Because sometimes when you eat lunch, you get something stuck in your teeth, and like, I would not be able to focus on anything the rest of the day if I had something stuck in my teeth. So I find it very important to have floss. And also, sometimes people ask for floss. They're like, hey, does anybody have floss? And I'm always like, I do. Now the next thing is just, ladies, be aware to have personal hygiene, like things for the time of the month and things like that to have in case you start out of nowhere. You don't want to be the one friend always asking, so just try to be prepared. And I mean, hey, I don't mind whenever people ask me, but I don't know about your friends. I don't want to be the person to always be asking for some other people's stuff, so I like to pack my own stuff, but I don't mind when people ask me, so ask away. And the last thing that you should bring to school is a good attitude. Now that sounds very cheesy, and it kind of is, but I don't mean like be happy all the time because it's school, come on. But I do mean go into a classroom thinking that you are going to learn something. Because if you go into a classroom saying, I'm not going to learn anything, this is stupid, I don't need this class, then you're not going to learn anything because you're closing up your mind to all the possibilities of what you could learn. If you go into a class thinking, oh, there's so much I could learn from this class, I could benefit so much from it, you take notes, you pay attention, you try, then you're going to gain so much more from the class. And it's really just your attitude changes how much you can learn and how much it's really going to benefit you in your future. And even if a class doesn't seem like it's going to benefit you in your future, you still have to take it. So there's no point in complaining about it. There's no point in saying, when am I going to use this in my future? Just pay attention, or at least just try your best. And that's all that really you can do. You can only try your best. If you need to get help, there's a lot of people that can help you around school, like teachers, and I'm sure there are some students that could help you. You just always need to try. And the very last thing, which this is just a me thing, whenever I'm bored, I like to doodle and stuff, so I do have a specific little notebook that I have just for like, sometimes I'll write stories in there, or I'll just draw pictures, or I don't know, just anything. Write a song, I don't know. I just like to write around and draw, and sometimes I don't like to use up all the loose leaf from my binders because then next thing I know when we're taking notes I'm out of loose leaf because I colored on all of them. So those are the things that I find would benefit you most to bring, other than the obvious like school supplies and stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and also subscribe if you want to see more content from me and if you're ready to see the rest of this surviving school playlist or series. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you soon. Peace.